So if you're planning a trip to Disneyland Paris in 2026, one of the first questions that you're probably going to ask when you're planning is, how much is this going to cost me? And more importantly, what's the best way to do it without massively overpaying? Because between annual pass increases, new pass tiers, hotel packages, and huge expansions like World of Frozen and Disney Adventure World, it's honestly getting harder than ever to know what's good value and what isn't. So in this video, I'm going to break down the cost of a real Disneyland Paris trip in 2026, and we're going to be comparing day tickets, annual passes, staying in a Disney hotel, and staying off-site. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll know what is going to work for you and not just what Disney wants you to buy for your trip. So before we jump into numbers, let's look at what we mean by trip cost, because going to Disney doesn't just include buying your park tickets. You're usually going to be paying for park tickets or an annual pass, accommodation, transport to and from the parks, food and drink, potentially extras like photo pass, merch, or even premier access. Disney normally focuses on one part of that, which is just tickets, but the real cost is how all of these combine together to make your full trip. So throughout this video, we're going to look at the total cost, not just the headline prices. Let's start with the most basic option, buying standard park tickets. In 2026, one-day ticket prices vary depending on the time of year, whether you want one park or two parks, but realistically for most peak or mid-season dates, a one-day two-park ticket is often around €105 to €130 per adult. Multi-day tickets do bring the daily cost down slightly. So for example, a 3-day trip for one adult could easily cost €300 to €350 just in tickets. Now for families, that's going to add up very quickly. So who does this work best for? First-time visitors, short trips of 1 to 2 days, or people who don't plan to return within the year. If you're only visiting once and staying on site, day tickets packaged with a hotel can sometimes be better value than buying tickets separately or using an annual pass. So make sure that's an option that you look at when you're looking at the cost of tickets. Is it cheaper to build those in with an actual stay at an on-site Disney hotel? So this is something we've talked about maybe a couple of videos ago about Disneyland Paris annual passes, officially called the Disneyland Pass. And we have done a full video with how much those passes are and all of the changes that happened on February the 12th, the new pass tiers, the new costs. So there is a video there if that is something that you're interested in. So as of 2026, there are 4 tiers: Bronze 1, Bronze Max, Silver, and Gold. Now I'm not going to go into this in too much detail because we have covered the annual passes off, like I said, in full, but a Bronze 1 is around €289. It's one park per day, and there is a limited number of valid days. It's for casual visitors and locals and people who really don't care about park hopping. Bronze Max is €399. It's 2 parks per day, so you can park hop. There is more valid days and parking is included. This is the new middle ground, but it's already more expensive than the old Bronze Pass used to be prior to the changes. The Silver Pass is $569. Again, it's 2 parks, parking is included, and there is 10% discount on food and merch. This is often where people think they're getting value, but I'll come back to that in a second. The last one, Gold, is $799. It gives a full year of access, extra magic time, 15% discounts, and photo pass is included in this. This is the premium option, and it's also a big financial commitment. So an annual pass can be good value if you go multiple times per year, if you stay off site, if you make heavy use of discounts to make up the extra money for the annual pass, or you value flexibility over fixed dates. Me and Ange have saved before when we have gone to Disneyland Paris, especially when we just went in August. One of us had a Silver Pass for the higher discounts and things, one of us had a Bronze Pass. We did check the dates on the passes were valid when we went. We had a couple of days at a Disney hotel at Sequoia. We spent more time staying off site, which was the first time. This was in our previous August vlog. So if you do want to check that out, that full August vlog is up online. We do talk about the Hotel Elysee the fact it cost us basically half the price of what Sequoia did, and obviously discounts. We have done hauls before and we spoke about the exact cost of things and discounts and how much we've saved overall, as well as using a service called Skip Tax as well. So there is a whole video there which includes a lot of that as well, so you can see exactly what you're going to be spending on merch, what you'll be saving, and how to use Skip Tax as well. So things do start get interesting when you look at what Disney hotel packages are. Disney hotel packages usually include a hotel stay, park tickets for every day, sometimes meal plan offers, and obviously because you're staying on site, extra magic time is included in that as well. Sometimes these packages can be cheaper than using an annual pass, especially if you're only going once in that year, or if you're staying around about 2 to 4 nights, or even if there's a seasonal offer that's running. For example, a 3-night Disney hotel stay with tickets included can sometimes undercut a silver or gold annual pass, plus a separate hotel booking. So if you're staying on site, an annual pass isn't automatically the best option, despite what a lot of people assume. So let's talk next about staying off-site, because this is where you can save a lot of money. And a lot of people don't realise this, and a lot of the closest hotels to Disneyland Paris do offer transport, and there is the train that you can get to the Val d'Europe area, especially if you're staying at somewhere like Hotel Elysee. These hotels normally offer lower nightly rates, easy transport links, and more flexible pricing. And like I mentioned, we've stayed off-site ourselves and found that the transport is very easy, you save significantly on hotel costs, and it pairs very well with an annual pass. When myself and Ange just stayed in August, we got 2 nights at Sequoia for around about €600, which was actually the same as the 5 nights we stayed at Hotel Elysee. So we are getting way more nights for the same cost. This is where an annual pass will normally shine versus staying on site. If you make use of those discounts, have your annual pass and stay off site, that's going to start saving you some money. So the next thing to talk about is food and dining. Food is a major factor and a major part of your trip. Without discounts, table service meals can add up fast. Snacks and drinks throughout the day can also surprise you as well. And again, this is where the passes can offer you 10 to 15% off food and merchandise. If you're eating at sit-down restaurants regularly, that does add up, but only if you're visiting enough days to justify the cost of the pass. Like we've mentioned before, extras like photo pass, premier access, and merchandise can push up the trip cost by hundreds of euros, regardless of ticket type. So, if you are planning to set yourself a little bit of a budget, try and stick to that for merch. If you set yourself a budget of €150 per day, and you only spend 100, carry that 50 over to the next day, then you've got 200 for the next day. That can sometimes be hard to do if you've got smaller children who are very much, I want that, and you want to give them the best trip possible, but try and do that if you can. So what's going to be the cheapest way in 2026? I would say the cheapest for short trips would be a Disney hotel package with the tickets included. The cheapest for one visit per year would be either day tickets or a hotel package. If you visit multiple times, I would say look at an annual pass with an off-site hotel and make use of those discounts. But I think the most expensive mistake that some people make is buying an annual pass and then also staying on site in a Disney hotel, unless of course there's any discounts offered to pass holders. So how much does an actual Disneyland Paris trip cost in 2026? The answer is, it depends on how smart you are with your planning. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. It depends on how many nights you stay, it depends on how many tickets you want, it depends on if you're staying on-site or off-site, it depends on if an annual pass will work for you. Hopefully this video will give you a few ideas and a little couple of things to have a look at if you haven't already thought of them. So let me know in the comments how often you visit, do you have an annual pass, do you go quite often, and what your thoughts are. If you found this video helpful, please do drop it a little like. Think about subscribing to the channel. We will be doing construction updates. We'll be vlogging our trips when we go. So there is a lot of content coming. But other than that, I will see you in the next one.
So we'll sing you a little song, and it won't be very long. About so long. So